Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Kyle Corvus Crow, and I'm joined at the desk this evening by the one and only Jeff Zeta for a little bit of League of Legends action. How you doing tonight, Zeta?
I am doing fantastic. It's been quite a while. For those of you who do remember us from the Quake over the summer, we did some fantastic action. We culminated at QuakeCon. It was a great time to be had by all, but now we are into another League of Legends preseason, and that means starting us off with a series. This series, not going to give anything away, but it should be exciting, to say the least.
Absolutely. I mean, we got Robert Morris University versus Illinois, two teams that are historic kind of esports powerhouses coming in throughout. We saw both of them do very well over the course of the regular CLOL seasons and in our JV seasons. Now, this is the CSL preseason, which means any team that's collegiate, whether they be JV, varsity, what have you, are in the running here. Right now, it looks like we got a JV matchup through and through, though. That's RMU's B team of JV versus Illinois Academy. I want to say actually both of these teams, maybe some of the B team roster from RMU, and I think a lot of the actual Illinois Academy players were late into our season last year. Illinois actually competing in the JV finals if this is the same roster.
And hopefully they can show us exactly why they got there, because we are going to be loading onto the Rift very shortly to show you guys the first match of our League of Legends season. Remember, this is the preseason before the main stuff gets going, so should be following most of the preseason stuff that right? It's the end of another season in the actual League of Legends meta, and so things are getting a little bit strange with Worlds. We've seen some Victor, we've seen some Urgot, but we're not going to see any of that today, right? It's going to be a very traditional solo queue matchup, Garen versus Kled in that top lane. But let's go through, introduce these two teams on the side of, I believe RMU is our blue side tonight. So RMU on the left, we have ourselves.
I actually want to say RMU is the red side.
RMU is the red side.
No,
okay.
no. You had it absolutely right. I apologize. You were right. So that means RMU on the blue side, Zaker in the top lane, Scam Life in the jungle, Kudarik in that mid lane, Ichiban playing Lucian, and Rob Stoppable in the bot lane on that Thresh. And of course, to introduce Illinois, we do have Edwin Ace, Pregnant Tomato, Gay Calzone, Peanut Butter Brother, and Plants Are Dragon, but actually we got a little bit of action here as it looks like the side of RMU wanting to just get really aggressive into the jungle of Illinois here. It's a silence, is a lot of damage, and Calzone is forced out of there. He's flashed, but the Ignite is down. Don't think it's going to kill him at this level.
One tick.
No, he just got out. Holy cow.
That flash Ignite, the LeBlanc had it all to give, but a little bit too much healing from the corrupting potion keeps him alive, and the summoner exchange actually, I think, okay, with the use of the teleport it will be even, right? The mid lane is out sums, that's the only lane that's missing a single one of them, but the invade towards the red buff should be stolen away. Got Scan Life, he's gonna take that for himself. Very quick pickup, denying Zach his chance at a red, and possibly even thinking about 3-buffing. Graves clear is incredibly fast. If Zach takes the wrong path, tries to go in towards his own jungle again, he could miss out on everything.
Yeah, it's an incredibly oppressive run there that we just saw coming out from the start on Robert Morris. Well, we'll see what they can continue to capitalize with, because they did pull a lot for it early, right? Kudarik there, both summoners down, did tag that flash and ignite. They burned the flash out of Calzone there, and I think the bigger point is that they, delayed him in lane so long. But look at the CS differential right now. He's actually only one down, and he's got the bigger wave. So,
yeah,
didn't even really set him back that badly, so maybe it'll all be mental, maybe it'll be the red buff spinning out, as Scam Life now, wanting to deal some damage to Pregnant Tomato, should just be able to push him right back in the jungle. We'll see how far he wants to chase.
Calzone's having a really tough time in the mid lane too, because if you keep in mind, LeBlanc is one of the strongest champions. Taunted to the turret almost goes down, but LeBlanc's one of the strongest mid lane champions. We heard it from the Worlds themselves about everything that she can do. She just absolutely demolishes some of these lanes. Garen aggression in the top lane, though. So much of this early fighting is just man on man, It's about the lanes and what they have set up. RMU just going for winning lanes, winning games. Certainly a great idea in this very, very forward-facing meta.
Absolutely. I keep going back to that taunt in my brain. That was so well done. And speaking of, there's another one. just ready to rock and roll. So Calzone definitely getting the aggression in this one, but they're not done yet as Ichiban slays Plancer Dragon. And Rob Stoppable taken low, but he's not out of that one yet. They also burned the heal onto Peanut Butter Brother there. So, great takeaway for both sides there. They're both going to be real happy to get a kill, but you got to start asking yourself those questions now. Okay, Ichiban on this Lucian. Calzone in the mid lane. He's got the Galio ready to rock with it. So, 10 CS lead there, I think, is the bigger storyline to start focusing on, and where we might see one of these lanes really start to pull ahead of the other.
I mean, the really good thing is, if you can at all stop LeBlanc from running lane, right? Just completely demolishing lane, getting huge advantage, taking everything that she wants, then you're doing a fantastic job. He's already gotten 1 kill. If he can get more, that would just be icing on the cake as of this point, because all he really has to do is not die and try to maintain some kind of CS parity. If he does that, he's pretty much done his job as the Galio. But if he goes ahead, wins the lane, gets kills to boot, he is absolutely overperforming. And then his team, the Illini, might actually have a shot at taking down RMU in this first game. Because RMU, right, they're all about the lanes. We mentioned they're forward-facing. They're going to try to pressure down. They're going to focus on these lanes, getting them ahead, snowballing, and getting a really early game. But if you can put a stop to that, if you can put a kibosh to one of their main laners, you're going to have a great time.
Yeah, and it's just got to come from Calzone there. I want to see a little bit more out of Tomato as well. He's fallen behind in that jungle, obviously very understandably, given the start that he had, everything considered there, but still needs to be doing more to get his team back on track here. There's about 400 gold down. It's not going to feel like that with the advantage that they have in mid lane. Some of that, starting to build up in the bot lane. Lucian will have a sizable advantage just going forward into some of these fights, especially with the assist as well onto Thresh coming into play. Before too long here, Rob Stoppable has a chance to really start putting some pressure on this, but Zyra Khan is also a lane you can't count out. It's another good taunt from Calzone, and Tomato's over the wall, but fairly ineffective. Yeah, didn't get there.
Yeah, that's the real problem, right? He's got to get farmed, he's got to get levels. Once he has, 3+ in the stretching strike, then things can go his way. But until he actually gets that, it's not going to be fantastic. He's going to have a really tough time doing much of anything. Misses the taunt, gets chained again, but he's got a little bit of damage resistance.
That's not good for him. Rob Stoppable's trying to get in on the Peanut Butter Brother again, though. That's the flash. Ichiban putting one down in the bottom lane there, and now Kuderic in a little bit of trouble. Pregnant Tomato came in, did some damage, but all in all, he will stay safe, as well as Zaker getting out in just enough time, so a little bit of chaos all around the map. All lanes fighting, but it is only the bot lane that comes away with a kill to show for it. Now that's 2-0 onto Ichiban. He did use his flash, but he'll take that for a kill at 6 minutes any day.
Yeah, flash for kill, I mean, especially when you're on the Lucian, you're trying to slow down the Xayah roll. Zyra Khan, especially known for their early game fighting prowess. You'd think that this would be one of the lanes, if anything could stop to it. Oh, another taunt from Calzone.
It's a flash out, but is it enough? No, the Ignite doing most of the damage. He only had to get in range for one more shot and found it nice and easy. Now this time, Scam Life clearing out a little bit of vision there in the river, as well as just meaning that we have so much potential coming out on this RMU side. It's really only the top lane that doesn't seem to be, in the hands squarely of RMU at this point, because we evened out mid lane with Kuderic there, coming back to do what he needs to. Jungle still very far ahead. If you just take a look at the CS, we'll actually take a quick peek at this gold here too, something I'm quite interested in. Yeah, it's no small amount favoring the jungle right now, but we have a gank in the top lane, and Edwin Ace gonna lose his Scarl, but he'll get out in one piece.
Yeah, turned around was the Graves, a little bit confused. His own smoke screen not actually applied, but it certainly looked like it the way that he was flipped around there. The Kled, great play from him, keep himself safe, and even though he's getting pressured, even though he's getting ganked, he's still able to maintain pretty good distance.
What a hook! Ichiban wasting no time off of Rob Stoppable's unstoppable hook there. Peanut Butter Brother gives up another death. That's 3 for the bot lane out of 4 deaths that we've seen on this map.
And 3 onto the Lucian alone. I mean, you want to talk about pressure, you want to talk about aggression, they're going for it again, another dive.
Maybe gonna find this one. Edwin is getting awfully far away from his tower. He will flash for it, though. And ultimately, it became the right call because I think they had the HP to finish that one off. Scam Life, though, gonna really punish this aggressive back. And here comes Galio, but it's just not enough time. And now he has to deal with the 2v1. He's got the taunts, buying enough time for the rest of his team to get in. Scam Life did flash for that. It means he has no escape. But oh no, Peanut Butter Brothers in some trouble. Rob Stoppable doesn't land the hook. He doesn't get it. And that would have been a different story. Culling here.
There's no ult.
No chance to get away from that one. So they took some tower shots, but they were ready for it, all things considered. And they are building up a massive lead here in the early game. It's already 3K and some change to their favor. 6 kills to 2. We haven't even seen a tower go down yet, but it's certainly looking like it will be RMU that finds the first one.
I mean, this is just absolute picture perfect how you play current meta, right? You take aggressive laners, you take winning laners, and you just take a great jungler to boot. And as soon as you have those 3 things, right? The aggression and all of your early game power just comes together perfect, right? The games have been ending at World pre-25 minutes on the regular. So to do that in your solo queue or lower level amateur games is absolutely possible. And what they're doing here is a great example of that. They've taken their early game winning lanes and they're just starting to snowball across the map with them. If they can maintain this kind of a curve, this kind of a slope on their actual goal, they can do fantastically because this game would be heading to a very early finish.
Absolutely, and that's one of the better, I think, metas for esports in general, when we can get those games that just can end nice, quickly, succinctly, give us a compelling series with not too much dead time, but the meta still has that possibility to dig deep, right? But that becomes compositional if you're going to try to get that turtle, if you're going to try to just hold out for 45 minutes, and I don't see that in the composition that we have here out of the Illini.
The difference is, when you talk about digging deep in the current meta is lasting till 40 minutes. Whereas digging deep in maybe a couple years past, might be longer than that, I might be showing my age here, but it's ranged from anywhere from 60 minutes to 90 minutes in professional play. And sometimes
I remember that
longer.
LCS game, yeah, it was Complexity, back when Probably was still playing. I think the game went 84 minutes or something like that.
We had some long ones in there. And I think those are also extremely interesting, though. And I want the meta to be allowed for that, but currently it's just about who can get that aggression, who can get those early kills. And this top lane, if he can finally fall in the favor of the Illini, maybe it'll matter.
Not even a chance. Rob Stoppable gets the kill credit, but it was all thanks to Kaderic there, coming down with the necessary damage. I actually don't even think he clicked the box. Yeah, he has the Ignite under tower. He's just going to go take that tower shot. It'll push Peanut Butter off, you know, get the Xayah out of there and get some real tower pressure, but they might not even want the tower here, because Calzone could be in some trouble here. Yeah, actually didn't get all of what he wanted with the taunt. It was very defensive. So it will buy the tower a lot of time, especially now that Planets Dragon has come back. Keep in mind, these respawn timers are so low, just because we are only 11 minutes into this game. Only 1 tower down, but it seems so commanding by the side of RMU. Scam Life. You can't get too far ahead of yourself here. You are in the lead, but you still will get punished for things like that.
Well, he actually didn't, though, right? He dashed to the turret, he started to attack the Zac, blew his flash, and had to trade his own to get the heck out of dodge. I mean, actually didn't even trade his own. It was still down, so in that sense, he didn't even burn anything. And now the Galio will drop as well. Ichiban takes another kill, Unstoppable in the mid lane to chain forwards. The LeBlanc won't make it, make us wait.
A slaughter.
It's just going absolutely haywire. Things are exploding around them, and they have nowhere to turn. No safe lane left. Even the top lane slowly getting chipped away. And right now, the Illini are looking in very dire straits.
Yeah, they need to make a change, and quick. And you wonder if the change isn't just going to come in the second game at this point. We'll see what adaptations they make, but right now, would take a little bit of a miracle to overcome this deficit, because that cold lead just keeps getting larger and larger and larger. And an aggressive team like this, we didn't talk about Scam Life soloing the Ocean Drake, because it didn't seem like a big deal at the time with all the other action going on, but to circle around on this is just going to mean they can stay in the enemy's faces so much longer now, just having that regen or Unstoppable, though. We'll have to take that Blast Cone, get out of that one in one piece. But look at the constriction here coming out of RMU. The ward lines have moved up. The minions are all continuing to just maintain this pressure. And Zaker, even if he finds himself in a bad spot here, should be able to get out with the help of Unstoppable, but doesn't even need it.
He's a no boots Karen who's still diving turret. As soon as he's allowed to get some shoes on his feet, he's going to be completely out of control, because that's the one thing holding him back right now. He decides Triforce is a little more important than the brown paper bag, but eventually does pick those up as well. And now, at, 15-ish minutes, we're talking, a lot of gold in the favor of RMU. A lot of pressure as well. They've been playing this map extremely cleanly, and if they can get this turret turned towards the Rift Herald, they could possibly make a finish.
Charge is coming out. Lantern actually doesn't get him out of harm's way, just brings him to the rest of the team. So maybe not the right call there, but the ults do go down. It's a lot of chaos as they go for a team fight, but Ichiban finds the first one. The culling is there, and it's only the clone that goes down. They thought they had Kuderic, but they guessed wrong, which means they are just able to push right on in. Look at Zaker right in the face of everyone. What a play to get him back. And it's 13-2, 27k gold. That is a 10k gold lead, and Zaker not quite done with Calzone. He does send him running on out of there. He's not too worried about it. This is the game breaking wide open. If it wasn't already decided, it certainly looks to be now, because this is an unstoppable effort from Robert Morris University.
I mean, at this point in the game, you might as well be thinking to yourself, all right, am I watching the G2 VOD? Are we thinking about, the lunch plans? Like, where are we going next? No. It's game number 2. You're thinking about game number 2. They're trying to re-engage them. Maybe they're not done yet.
Well, they don't guess wrong this time on Kuderic. They do find the kill. This is the overstay, perhaps, coming out. Peanut Butter Brother finds a very needed kill onto Robstoppable, and now they're going to try to find Ichiban.
Ichiban is still alive, though.
Yeah, he does have the damage, too. They have to be careful if they do try to engage on him. He's not going to be able to turn around in time. Just misses it by the edge of his teeth, but almost takes Calzone with him. And it's a pretty BM back from Zaker, actually. Scam Life as well. Both of them are sticking around like they want more blood here. I do think the wise decision is just to back off. I don't know how recently they bought, but there's 3k gold sitting on to Scam Life right now. When your jungler has half of his total gold budget just chilling there, hasn't bought in so long, that's when you know that there's just too much time on his hands in the enemy base.
To be fair, he's also Graves. He doesn't need gold to actually be extremely effective, as we can see, right? He has an item, and he's killing everybody, right?
You are right.
That's it. He just needed a single item, and if he gets a second one on this back, I think at that point, he turns from strong into nearly unstoppable. But Unstoppable, you want to talk about good plays so far, he has been masterful in landing these hooks. If he can keep this kind of counter engage and regular engage up for his team, they're going to have a very clean way to close out the game. They've set Garen into the bottom lane, trying to get this split push set up, and because they need so many members to defend against Ichiban and his compatriots in the mid lane, they can't send more to deal with the Garen. That means either Galio or somebody like him has to try and keep this inhib alive, and it's just not going to happen for very long, especially against the Triforce Garen.
Certainly not. Look at just what he's doing to Calzone here. He's trying to chill right there on the gate until backup arrives, and it seems to be working okay. Zaker gonna have to take the long road out of here as he does not have flash available. Road. Yeah, it's just quite the run out. Now it's down to Edwin Ace, but look at the time he's building. That means that Ichiban can just destroy this mid lane tower, and actually this could be bad with the LeBlanc on the wings. It's a nice play back. The box does come down. Skarl is out of there, and Ichiban sends Edwin Ace 6 feet under, ready to just keep rolling. This is certainly an inhibitor coming down as well. And it looks like RMU's just playing with their food at this point. Unstoppable is the tune to which they are marching, and Ichiban gonna do a lot, but Zaker will clean up the kill there. They're already onto the Nexus turrets. It's only 10 more seconds onto Edwin Ace, 25 onto Tomato, and Calzone gets a fresh 30 in the gray screen for that one, but this may just be the closing out of the game. I mean, they certainly had the potential to do it. Keep in mind, this is a 4v5, right? Scam Life has not been here for this. That super effective Graves has just been off doing Lord knows what at this point.
He's taking Krugs right now.
Yeah, hey guys, chill. I'm getting farmed. You guys have it.
If that isn't the most solo queue thing I have seen all season, and we are only at the first game, I mean, Hook lands too, though, and he's going to be brought through wall, goes down, Ichiban chases over.
Yeah, you can get dragged right out of your own gate there, and prime example of why you never BM against a Thresh or a Blitzcrank in a situation like this. Another tower goes down as Scam Life does finally show up to the party. Gets a kill for the credit as well as Ichiban catching in on this rampage. That is his 11th kill. Can we go for 12? The double means yes, we absolutely will with the inhibitors. Still down, at least in the bottom lane there, for a solid amount of time. They can finish this one out whenever they want to. I'm beginning to think they might not want to. I'm beginning to think they're just having too much fun with this game.
They're certainly looking like it. I mean, they're not pressuring super hard to end. They're just kind of chilling, taking a little bit more time with these waves, and maybe they're thinking about what they're going to change as well. Like, what happens if this Lucian gets banned, right? What are we going to do at that point? Do we have another AD carry that's as effective as this one is against the current crop of meta ADCs? Maybe, maybe not, but this should be the last fight.
No one's even hitting the Nexus. This damage is all from minions. They want the champions, and they're going to go in for it. Tomato says happy to oblige, and that's the shutdown, actually. Look at this one. Illinois not going gentle into that good night. Rob Stoppable's doing what he can to end this game, but you're a support Thresh. You can't finish that one off. He flashes for it. That's still not going to happen here, homeboy. They will go down as Pregnant Tomato makes that one the case for himself. Scam Life could have ended this as well at the same time, but now he's actually going to get a death on the board as well. And they will get an inhibitor for their trouble, but we've just extended the game about another minute here, maybe 2, off of what was a little bit of disrespect coming out of the side of RMU. They did get punished accordingly for it, is the good news there. If you are a fan of seeing disrespect in games go punished, then there you go. That is the case. Now they'll reset. They'll probably take this Infernal Drake, because why not? Grab the blue buff, finish out that mid tower, if I had to guess, because they're just on this completionist rampage.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
And I guess that's really kind of how the cookie crumbles in that sense, right? It's all about where they're actually putting their pressure, how much they're trying to fight it out. And if they're really not, if they're just chilling, if they're just looking for stuff, maybe they open themselves up to a little bit more punish than expected. You know, they still have extremely strong champions. They can probably walk in and end the Nexus straight off of this, right? They can just walk into the base, ignore it, because there's no turrets up whatsoever, and hit the Nexus, and they should be able to win.
Ichiban has his flash. I think that's all it takes, is flash and a handful of auto attacks.
2 champions hitting it, right? Yeah. Ichiban plus, you know, maybe one other. You might need another champion, but for a half-health Nexus, that's about it. You know, it's just the Nexus. There's 0 turrets defending it. And unlike turrets, it's going to take full damage no matter what. So we'll see exactly when they do decide to try and go for the end. At 20 minutes now, we've just crested the official old surrender time, but they're still going to be going in for the fight. Flash Garen.
Absolutely, they do want to come out with this one. Garen's in on it. Zaker trying to do exactly what he can, but Ichiban still just taking all the credit here. Zaker says, I will not be denied. He finds himself at least one there, and that is the good news for him. But that's easily going to be the game coming out now into the hands of Robert Morris. They cannot prolong this one any longer. They've taken exactly what they came here for, and game number 1 will be going squarely into the hands of Robert Morris University, 23-9.
A lot of adaptations have to come out in before the next game, right? You're going to talk pick bans. We're going to talk all kinds of things. But specifically, I think the pick ban is going to matter a lot. If they don't have the pick ban ready, if they don't have, you know, the actual modifications to their draft, if they don't have the playstyles a bit different, things are going to be very, very hard. Because the reason they were put in that spot is because they had 3 losing or even lanes, and they just lost them. You need to have aggressive lanes. We've seen in Worlds, everybody picks an aggressive winning possible lane because that's everything you need to do. You have to win your lane. If you don't win one of them, right, if you have 2 winning lanes and 1 not winning lane, that's fine. But you can't have 3 losing lanes. This is not a meta in which you can play for the long game, in which you can play for the win. There are just champs that are absolutely too strong for that. LeBlanc is one of them. Lucian, definitely close to that ranking. And so if that happens again, it's going to be another quick game.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see what adaptations they do make coming into this next one, what they can do to get themselves ready to maybe hold out, extend this to the full best of 3 series. But if it's anything like the first game, the order is tall. What they do in pick ban will be definitely important. So we will be back with a second game coming in with just a quick break here. Give the players a little bit of time to reset, discuss strategy, and see if they can't pull it out. But in the meantime, we are going to throw it over to just a couple quick minutes. Thank you for sticking with us. We'll be right back.